All right, check this out. We have this BMW X5. We're going to be going over the top 5 problems. Everybody knows about the BMW oil leaks, and we're going to go over that and other common issues. But for number 5, we're going to switch it up a little bit. We have a really cool feature that we have found. It's going to help you a lot with DIY, and we really want to share it with you. Even if you own this vehicle, you may not even know that you have this. Let's check it out. We're going to start off with the valve cover and valve cover gaskets. It's what's going to give you your oil leaks, and it's always a good idea when finding oil leaks to start at the top down. The valve cover is at the top, so start with that before you replace any other components. You don't want to waste your time looking for an oil leak when it's just at the top. As you can see right here, we do have some oil leaking from the valve cover and gasket. Now the valve cover is made of plastic, so if you're just replacing the gasket, make sure it's not cracked. If it's an older vehicle, chances are that valve cover is actually cracked. You want to replace that as well. And you can get this part and other parts in the video at 1aauto.com. Next problem is going to be the water pump. Whenever you have a coolant leak and you see it coming from the front side of the engine, more in the middle of the vehicle, chances are you have a water pump that's leaking. And this is a common problem in a lot of vehicles. It's not that difficult to replace. It's going to be right behind the fan in the front. So if you have a coolant leak, check out that water pump, see if that needs to be replaced. If you're looking down and you see where the fan is located, that's where the water pump is. It's actually attached to the water pump. And if you have more of a leak on the driver's side, you're going to have a coolant reservoir that's made of plastic. Sometimes those will crack over time. So if you're seeing a coolant leak on that side, more likely it's that versus the water pump. One little tip when you're replacing the water pump, the fan actually has reverse threads. So it's going to be the opposite of what you think. When you're going to loosen it, you're actually going to feel like you're tightening it. And the reason they do that is because the direction the fan is spinning, if it was regular threads, it could potentially loosen up and cause some damage. So keep that in mind when you go to replace that. Moving on to the interior, if you're having a problem with one of your windows, chances are the regulator is going to need to be replaced. You could have some cables that are binding, or the bracket could be broken. Sometimes even the motor would fail. But replacing the regulator is going to fix your problem. Over in the front seat, if you're having trouble with your heating and air conditioning system where the blower is not working properly, chances are you need a blower motor resistor, or in this case is a blower motor module. There's a little more electronics in this than a standard resistor, and this is what's going to control the speed of the blower motor. When you can have it lower or higher, this is what's going to control that. This is going to be located underneath the glove box behind the trim panel. Whenever you're doing any type of electrical work where you're going to have to disconnect the negative terminal on the battery, it's going to be located underneath the spare tire. Now that seems like kind of a pain, except for the really cool feature that we found. Once you take the cover off, you're going to find on the front part of where the spare tire is, there's a little handle with a couple straps attached to it. Pull that up. You're going to push that right there where the upper tailgate latches into the lower one. And then there is a little thing on here that's going to push down on the button. It's going to release this. Push the tailgate down. You can grab the spare tire and just move it to the side. That way you can access the battery and see the negative terminal right there. Disconnect it. That way you don't have to lift the spare tire. You can just slide it up and out of the way.